Hey, Michelle here from thesoultranslator.com. And today we're going to be talking in this episode about a little bit of a touchy subject. I'm also going to be giving you a couple ideas that you can use on this touchy subject for greater self-awareness and empowerment. So we're going to talk about mindset a bit here, and we're going to talk specifically about the empath mindset. Now, just to begin here, the difference between empath and being empathetic is that when you are empathetic, you do resonate, as they say, or you feel or sense and trust that the emotions and feelings that somebody else is having are valid and true. The empath will also feel those emotions, thoughts, feelings, moods, frequencies from others, places, people, states of collective states like, groups of people, animals, sentient beings, so on and so forth, nature, will feel them within their body, within their own frequency and energetic system and emotional system as if they were their own. So yes, having empathy is having an empath-like moment, but there's a little bit of a difference between saying who a person is as an empath and somebody who has empathy. All right, so the thing is that I find in my work and certainly in my own journey is the mindset behind most empaths. There's many levels of this, but the one thing I want to talk about today is the idea that I cannot be seen. All right, so because I also work with empath entrepreneurs, this is really important. We are generally very comfortable with being in the, in the back. We're generally comfortable with being in the sidelines or the fringe dwellers or the ones who are kind of a little bit removed observing what's going on. There's a very common feeling within empaths and also certain types of HSPs and intuitives, the sensitives, that we are kind of always on this like outside looking in. And it can be in an incredibly wise and intuitive place, receptive place, but it also can be a lonely place. So you may relate to this as an empath, that you feel like you've gotten very comfortable kind of being under the radar. And sometimes that mentality or the mindset behind being under the radar can build up a self-talk or a mindset that says, what I say is not important. I don't need to be heard because everybody else is talking. Or, we've been in rooms with very, more extroverted and those people who take up a lot of energy in the space. And we're often, especially if you're a space empath, you're kind of holding the space for everybody else and their experience. Or you're somehow balancing the energy of the space because this other person is kind of sucking up all the energy. So it can be a tendency for empaths to have this mindset that what I say doesn't need to be heard, or my story is not important, or if I do start talking and all the attention is on me, oh my God, that I'm going to have like a total freaking anxiety attack because receiving all that energy of people looking at you and waiting on your words can be almost on a certain level for some empaths a confrontational experience. So, and this is also common for introverts, that sense of like, I'm going to just be in my own little bubble because I need to be, contained. And we're actually more comfortable with that personal bubble. That's why we go to quiet places, private places to recharge versus where extroverts will need to be around people to recharge. We don't recharge around people because we are often in a state. Some people, if you're not regulating yourself, you're always in a state where you're giving energy off, and then we have to go away and rebuild our reserves. So there's this mindset that can come from all of that, and especially if you have been shamed or criticized for your gorgeous sensitivities. you've been put down or even called weird, or all those, there's lots of horrible things that people can say. I've heard them myself when I was a kid. Some of my abilities scared people because they thought I was a freak, that I could know things or see things, and all of that stuff that can happen to people who have another connection to energies and to realities, or however you want to say it. This mindset can start pretty young. And the reason where I'm wanting to address this right now, and also the reason I do my work, is to bring that voice of the empath out more. So one thing about empaths that I want to remind everybody here is that we often, because of those sensitivities, we often have a really unique and beautiful and very wise, even mystical sometimes, approach or outlook to life. When you are the one who's on the outside looking in and being more of the observer, we catch things, we see things, we sense things that other people may not be paying attention to or may not have the ability to feel or connect to. So often empaths, in my opinion and in my experience, they're some of the wisest, funniest, and most observational, keen observational type of people that through all of that have a incredible look on life, and also a very deep, even existential understanding. I feel that empaths then can be incredible sources of perception and also wisdom. And that's why I encourage us to speak more about those perspectives that we have, or those experiences that we have, because when we do, we let people know us, and we also will let people have new thoughts or new possibilities to think about. And when we hold all that inside and think that our voice doesn't matter, or the thing that we're really good at nobody really would want, or all of those things that we can tell ourselves to hide or protect or stay smaller, hold ourselves back from connection, which is really so crucial to empaths and sensitives and HSPs, because we're already there anyway. So if you use that natural channel of connection to then also inspire and delight and create with others, and to bring that beautiful observation and that astute awareness that many empaths and HSPs have to life, that's a gift to everybody. This mindset that we can have that says, my message doesn't need to be heard, it's not important enough, I can't get loud enough like all those other people in order to really be heard. I understand them, and I have had and have my own version still of some of those mindsets. But there is the possibility that that can change. And I love to help people like myself and you do just that. So one thing I want to propose here for you, which is included also if you get this video and the PDF attached to it, which may be below or depending on where you're getting this video from. There are some questions there for you to go through to be able to identify what is the beauty of your message that you do have to share, and where is one place that you could start speaking up more about who you are and your gifts. I am actually going to be soon doing a training to become a leader in this type of work that has to do with using your energetic presence as a public speaker, particularly for women. So I'm really excited for that. Once that is available, I will be doing some local groups and in my area, and for those who are connected to me, you will be hearing about that, and I would love to have you join so I can help empower you in your message. All right, thank you so much, and I will see you. Oops, I forgot to say, my name is Michelle from thesoultranslator.com, and I will see you in the next episode.